This should be fun.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to SMITE. It is the 13th of February, and Neith is the new god in town, the Egyptian Weaver. We will be looking at her default equipment, and the default skills that the computer decides to choose for us. Starting off, we are going to be much like any ranged physical character. We'll be getting Death's Toll, with physical power, health, attack speed, and some restoration of health and mana. Neith is very much a ranged physical character, much like Artemis, but she has a few tricks up her sleeves. She has some roots, she has a stun, and she has some survivability mechanics as well. She doesn't do a ton of damage naturally, but you have to combine her skills to get that to work. So let's see, I think we'll be going over here to the right with Freya. And so let's take a look at what we've got. We've got a passive ability called Broken Weave. Broken Weave appears at the last location that each enemy god dies. Broken Weaves give Neith mini-map visibility, and her abilities have secondary effect when used on the Broken Weaves. They last for 2 minutes. Now, enemy gods can leave them, but also my third ability, Backflip. We'll go over that here. Let's go over my primary abilities. As you can see here, they're so verbose that they kind of get cut off in the abilities page. So ability number 1 that it's going to start me off with is Spirit Arrow. It fires a shot through the world, that passes through everything. The first enemy hit takes damage and is rooted. Successive enemy hits take 75% less damage and 75% of the damage and root duration. If it hits a Broken Weave, the weave detonates, dealing an additional 100% of the damage. So you can tell that is how she's going to do her extra damage. The explosion also roots. So that's how you're going to be doing that. It's a nice line ability. It pierces, unlike an ability like Raw's, which does all its damage as it goes forward. It will constantly be reduced with each enemy it hits. So you'll want to basically hit your primary target with that first. Second ability we will be getting is Unravel. Neith unravels the world weaves, damaging all enemies in the area, reduces their attack speed, and it heals Neith for up to 3 of the enemies hit. Any weaves that are hit in the area will be removed and will heal additional health. So you can see that Neith really relies on the ability to put weaves into the world. Now anybody can see the weaves that Neith leaves behind. So when an enemy god dies, all allies can see the weave. An allies just died, and now the enemies can see the weave that they've left behind. Go ahead and push that forward. Now the third ability is Neith's escape mechanic. This is Backflip. You back through the air, you create a broken weave where you leap from, and you damage and slow enemies in front of you. So it's got a nice front cone ability that does a little bit of damage. I believe it did say it slows. Yep. So it's a great escape. I can't really show it to you now, but you basically slow anything in front of you, so not only do you get away with a backflip, but the enemy cannot chase you near as easily. Alright. Go ahead and try and push Artemis and Guan Yu back a bit. Let's do a little bit of damage to the line there. We go. Alright, so I've taken a bit of damage, so the next time there's a bigger group of enemies, I will probably use my Unravel in order to gain some health. Oop, I missed Artemis, but she hit me. Alright, so I'll go ahead and use that now. We can see, there it goes, does damage, and there's some healing for me. And there's Backflip. As you can see, it's got a decent cone, and that is the only way to put weaves down other than killing gods. Now the thing is the gods that are killed don't have to be by Neith.
An enemy has been slain. First blood.
Any god that dies in the game leaves a weave behind, if Neith is in play. Of course, for your team. If I'm on the... Basically, if they didn't have a Neith, we wouldn't leave weaves. So what I'm going to do is kind of show the combination here. I'm going to go ahead and do my backflip. I've done some damage, and now I'm going to go ahead and hit it. And you can see there, it did a root on Guan Yu, even though he wasn't hit by my arrow. He was hit by the explosion. If I need more healing, I can put a weave down and then use Unravel in order to gain even more health. In this way, she acts kind of like a combination between, I would say, Artemis and, say, Kali. Since Kali does have some health regaining abilities. The health regen is not as strong as Kali's, it appears. It does get stronger with the weaves, of course, to up to, I believe, 500 health at the final levels. So it's not bad. There we go. Get pulled back. So what I've seen from Neith is that her primary attacks are not super strong. Her ability lies in her team play. Her ability to root, snare, to escape. The final ability, though, the World Weaver, her ultimate, is where she really has some strength. You can charge and fire an arrow across the entire world. It seeks the target and passes through all obstacles, so basically it is guaranteed hit if you get a lock on. Hold on, try and push back here. There we go. I'm going to try and put a trap down here. Now they can see that, so it's not going to be the best trap. Let's just leave it up there to kind of deter them a bit. Alright, so this ultimate, it can go through any walls, and will always hit the enemy as long as you can target them. Alright, enemy gods that are hit will be stunned. If I hit a weave with it, it does the same thing to any enemies in an area. Oh! Let's get it back away from that. Let's root them in an area, there we go. You see they're using the traps to a little bit of an effect, not the best though. Like if I want more healing, I'm going to go ahead and do that now. I'll go ahead and put a weave down, and then, no, that's not the best. I'm going to wait for more monsters to come this way. As you can see, when I put that down, the weave actually glows, so you can see that you're targeting it. And of course, if I use this, you can see the AoE that it does. So here I'm going to go ahead and get some health from the enemies, as well as from my weave.
Your right tower is under attack.
I'm pushing them back. So, the thing about this World Weaver, I'm going to go ahead and show it to you real quick. Here it is, it's a charge. Now, you can try and fire it early. I cannot fire it. I'm actually trying to fire it now, unless I have a target. And look, see, I can actually target someone else. And when I target them, they actually see the icon around them. So the enemy does know when they're being targeted. I could help them by taking out the enemy over here at long range. Now, here's the thing about this. Yes, it does fire through walls, and yes, it's pretty much a guaranteed hit. But I need to know the enemy is there. It doesn't just tell me the enemy is there. I need line of sight. Either I need to see them or my team needs to see them. So, like Guan Yu there, I know he's there, but notice I can't fire until he's entered line of sight of a friendly. It doesn't do a lot of damage compared to other ultimates. As you can see here, it does upwards to 490. That's not small, but it is not the best. The ability to use World Weaver, what that really is useful for is for, say, group play, for chasing enemies down, or for helping your teammates escape, because it has that stun, a 1.5-second stun at final level. The fact that you can hit through anything means that you can actually be part of a supportive gank event. Uh-oh. Let's try and do a little, more damage there, and Root and Guan Yu. No, Guan Yu's going to get away unless I can do something about that. I don't know if I can. Nope. I've lost the ability to target Guan Yu.
An ally has been slain.
Oh, well played on their part. You can see there is the enemy's weave right there. That is, I can't use it, as you can see here. I can't do anything with it. It's only for the enemy's Neith. And so that counts as a ward. So Neith, there's the beautiful thing about Neith. You see the very nice escape there, and lots of damage there. Not only was I able to hit everybody in a line, but the extra damage in the AoE. So that's where Neith's special power is going to come from, where her burst damage is going to come from. Trying to hit enemies with both your arrow and your weave, and that's not going to be easy since the enemy can see it. Let's just go ahead and just hit them in a line. Oh, that's Arthur. Oh, Arthur hitting Artemis. Here we go. Going to go ahead and try and chase by using that ability, by basically using backflip to move forward rather than to escape. Let me go ahead and pull back, and so what I can do now is I can actually try and hit Artemis to stun her. But we're not pushing enough. So that's the thing, is it would do a decent amount of damage and it would do a stun. So we're going to go ahead and keep going forward. I haven't pulled back yet really to get any new items yet, so we haven't been able to look at the default equipment for Neith just yet. Trying to sustain the lane since we've been pushed back quite a bit. Alright, come on. Oh no, I've been locked. And there we go. So what I tried to do was turn around and backflip, and unfortunately I got hit by the second hit of Guan Yu's ability, which silences. So since he was able to silence me, I couldn't get away. If I would have realized he was using his ultimate sooner, I could have turned away backflip. So Neith is very mobile, and I do like that. So the downside is I died, but the good news is I have plenty of gold. I'm going to get some decent items here. Let's find out what we get. Alright, Warrior Tabi. No surprises here, honestly. They often suggest the same items at the very beginning for most characters. Pretty much Death's Toll if you're a physical character, and then of course they give you your boots, which for physical characters is typically the Warrior's Tabi. Now as we can see, the level progression, I'll bring this up, it's focusing on Spirit Arrow, and I like that, because that'll allow me to start clearing the lane. I can start one-shotting the creep. Next is Unravel, which will be giving me health, and then Backflip is the final thing that it will be leveling. Honestly, that feels right to me. I think that's a very good progression. It's pretty much the way I would play, say, Sun Wukong. I pretty much don't focus on Backflip until the end, because I use it mostly for escape. Now I'm going to go ahead and hit that one. There we go. Doing decent damage and stunning Guan Yu. Either he didn't see it, or he wasn't paying attention to it. That's quite alright. It mostly cleared the line. It really didn't do much damage to him, as you can see. Guan Yu being a tank. So, is there anybody that needs support? I'm just going to kind of look around. Nope, the left side is far too healthy to do that with. So, the thought of using Backflip only for escape, you know, can definitely enter the mind, and it's something that I tend to overlook, is using it just to set traps. So, like right now, I'm just going to go ahead and use it to set a trap. And I can use that to just heal myself as I'm going along. I don't have to use it now. It'll last for 2 minutes, that's fine. And then if I need health, okay, cool, I'll just go ahead and use it. If not, and here's the thing, is I can target those, as you can see, the weave. So this is where the big thing is. Notice how big the area is. Like, oh, I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, that didn't help none. Alright, let's pull back. AoE stun. Artemis hurting. Artemis about to go down. Come on, Thor, help us out here. Gonna go ahead and use the weave. There it goes. Was able to pull the weave out in the distance there, using the AoE to kill Artemis. So, while Whirl Weaver is great for stunning and hitting individual enemies, the fact that it does an AoE, and a very large one at that, the circle was quite large. It encompassed the entire lane, really, from the width perspective. So if you can get an enemy near your weave, and they might not even realize that they're in the range, because the range of this one, the primary arrow one, is kind of small, comparatively. So you might be able to surprise them with that, because it does do the 2.5 stun, and it does a decent amount of damage, considering that it can hit in an AoE with 490. So that's the thing, is a single target ability, World Weaver doesn't hit that hard. But when you consider the fact that it can AoE, it's pretty devastating, especially considering that's also an AoE stun. It requires a good setup, though. And then there, of course, being the thing is that you can use, of course, Backflip for both offensive and defensive capabilities. So I can use Backflip to get away if need be, or I can just use it to chase. So there you go. The problem, of course, the thing with using it to chase is, keep in mind you do have to face the opposite direction, which can be kind of dangerous. It means you have to kind of manually aim it. Uh-oh. Let's go ahead and pull back there. Oh, we've got some support. Excellent. Oh, Neith taking some damage there. I'm going to go ahead and try and stun her. Yeah, that wasn't quite enough. That was a wasted one. So the using of the World Weaver there is definitely one that you have to think carefully about, really. Uh-oh. Thor is about to get really hurt here. Guan Yu using his ultimate. I'm going to go ahead and pull back.
An ally has been slain.
Guan Yu and, wow, 3 of the enemy chasing me down here. Alright, let's, trying to, I can't really deter them by myself. Especially without weaves in the area. Without any weaves, I'm not going to do a lot of damage. Let's go ahead and get my mana back just to be safe. Just go ahead and put that down and devour it. Uh-oh, Guan Yu giving chase. Alright, let's try and get their Neith here. She's pulling back, rightfully so. I was going to try and chase, but Guan Yu came back into lane. Fortunately, we've lost the right tower. Let's go ahead and take out the lane here. Now, unfortunately, Neith is not really weak enough, even though I'm about to get my ultimate back. She's not really low enough, I don't think, to really hit her with it. Now, if I can kind of lay low in the jungle and wait for the team to get a good shot on her... Like, see, she was kind of warned there that I'm targeting.
An enemy has been slain.
See, yeah, they'll see an icon on them when I have them targeted like that. I'm kind of hoping to maybe deter them a bit. Alright, Guan Yu. No, you are not hitting me with your ultimate, Guan Yu. Okay. We're not faring so well here. I'm going to go ahead and remove Arachne's ward here. I'll willfully take the damage so she can't have a ward. And they are all at full health. So this is one of those situations where I'm really in a bind here. It's going to be kind of difficult to do much. What I think... Uh-oh. Pull back. Ymir. Ymir stunned. I'm going to go ahead and root him. Let's go ahead and put a ward down. Alright, they're pulling back, so that wasn't really a great placement, but that's okay. If I have to pull back again, I can use it. Alright, so they are playing hard here in the right lane. It's pretty much all we can do to keep them back. And it's kind of unfortunate. I would really like to be able to deploy the ultimate and help out, but as we can see, it's really just not a good time. The enemy has just far too much health. And we can see there's hers. That's the icon I was talking about. She actually used it to great effect there. She was able to hit me and stun me to keep me from escaping. And normally that wouldn't have really, as you can see, I could have escaped, but I was close enough to the enemy's Ymir. And oh, don't pull back, Thor. Ares used his ultimate. Oh. That was an excellent opportunity you just wasted there. Well, he's going to go ahead and try his. Looks like their Ymir might get hit. Oh, I think he got blocked by the wall, though. Enemy Ymir is pretty hurt. If I could get back in with my ultimate, I could actually kill him at that health. I mean, that's not a big deal to kill that much damage. Alright, let's take a look at what other items they're giving me. So they're going to start giving me penetration. Physical power, physical attacks gain 33% physical penetration. So there we go. Let me see what we have here as far as physical penetration.
Your team has destroyed a middle.
Is it actually fit? Yep, about 1550, not bad. So they are making her out to be, well, definitely going for the damage, but it looks like instead of just raw damage, they're going to be going for penetration on this one. So there's speed and strike, obviously, with the boots. And the next item I believe they'll be giving me is Executioner. So once again, I'll be focusing on penetration. So, unfortunate death there. I'm not doing terrible, but we're definitely getting pushed back. They work together really well on that one. Let's go ahead and do that. Get a root on her. Oh, Ares activated his ultimate.
Be careful left.
And of course, with the ultimate, as you can see, you can always cancel it with the right click. I've been doing it, but I didn't mention it, so I thought I'd go ahead and mention it this time. So Neith is higher level than me, so I'm not going to really be able to do much. There's incoming Ymir. Alright, oh, Guan Yu. Looks like our Freya is... Yeah, I'm not able to really get away. Let's do an AoE stun so that we can get away. Oh, what hit Freya? Oh, did their Neith pull her ultimate on her? Oh, wow. I'm not going to be able to do much against this. I'm really hoping to get an opportunity that I could really use the World Weaver to better effect. I don't really have any weaves on the ground that I could really utilize. If I could set a trap, maybe. Since they are constantly pushing on that right. I could probably set a trap here, and they will not be able to get out of it because it'll take the entire lane. Let's kind of put it right here. And then we'll see what we can do with that. So as we can see here, I can just go ahead and target the weave. And if they can pull them in, I can do the stun and an additional damage. Unfortunately, it looks like Guan Yu and the rest, they're trying to go around to the left. Yeah, it looks like they're going to try and circle around. Now, just because Neith can leave down wards naturally, just like, say, Artemis can or Arachne, she can only put one at a time with backflip. If I use backflip again, I lose the current ward, or I lose the current weave that's on play right now. However, wards that are left by gods will always be there for the duration. So, you can have more than one weave, but you can only place one. You can only really place one at a time. So their Neith is kind of hurting. Oh no, she got out of line of sight. I wasn't able to work with that. Alright, let's kind of focus on Ymir here. No, I don't want to end up getting ganked while I'm sitting here. Let's kind of keep moving. Since I kind of want to go for that, I'm going to see about getting some more... Let's go ahead and get the damage buff here, I think. I'll go ahead and use the weave and do extra damage. There we go. And now I have more damage. Excellent. Okay, unfortunately the enemy is nearly full health, so what I'm going to try and do is focus on the one that is hurting. Oh, where'd she go? That's a weave. Not able to find that. Looked like an enemy was really low on health. I thought I was going to be able to help with that. Let's kind of get out of the jungle here. The beautiful thing is I can do this attack from anywhere. It doesn't matter. As long as there's a line of sight by a friendly. Looks like a few of us are pushing in. Oh, nice. Didn't need me for that one. Excellent. Let's go ahead and try and root him. Oh, I missed. That didn't work out too well. Ymir able to pull out. Let's try and push in. I've spent way too much time out of the lane. I'm actually falling behind on levels because of that. So let's try and get back into the lane, do some more damage. It's a very delicate act there of staying out of the lane and oh. Where's my weave? Alright. Alright, hitting Ymir. There's a stun. But I don't know if it was enough. No. Wow, I walked right into that.
You have been slain.
I actually walked into that. I didn't realize he was doing his ultimate because I had just hit him with my arrow, but so I thought that he had actually been stunned, so I was hoping to work on the damage. But it looks like Ymir finally did go down. He stayed in front for a bit too long. This fight's not going too great, and I know I'm not showing Neith in the best light. I'm kind of more trying to explore the possibilities of her rather than play her, you know, too seriously at the moment. Well, that's the thing. She's just can't come out. So getting used to her and getting used to her abilities, because I've never seen her in play. I haven't seen how other people really use her yet. So I'm having to kind of pick this up on my own. So what we see here is most definitely the Spirit Arrow has gotten its final levels. Unravel is just below it, and of course World Weaver getting its abilities raised as we go along. And my prediction was right. Looks like Executioner is the next item here for physical power. And was that attack speed as well, I believe? Yes, speed and some penetration. So that's helpful, being able to attack a bit faster. More penetration, so that'll help me with the likes of, say, Ymir.
Enemy missing middle.
Careful, right. I don't see any enemies. There's Artemis and Guan Yu. Let's get back to the lane. I need experience. I'm falling behind, and that's never good. So we're going to kind of come up behind here, and I'm going to actually There we go. I was going to try and just stun her, but it didn't need to. Looks like we're actually pushing. I'm going to try and hit Artemis. There it is! There it is. That is the kind of stuff you can do with that arrow. I did not let it fully charge. She was so low on health that I didn't care that the arrow wasn't going to do full damage. I mean, she was so low on health, I didn't need it to do full. So that worked out very well. Alright, so me and Freya pushing on Ymir in the right. I really want to set a trap up with the Weave and kind of see if I can get that to work, because doing damage with World Weaver in an area of effect seemed like it could be a massive boon. Alright, Ymir, I'm going to try and slow him down so he can't quite get away. Do a root on him as well. So you can see I'm not able to do a ton of damage. Hit by the stun from Guan Yu. I'm going to go ahead and try and get away. And go ahead and... there we go. Use my potion. Guan Yu giving a chase here. Let's see if we can't get away. Almost got my back foot back again. Okay. I was able to retreat. That really hurt. Got 10 seconds before I can do my ultimate again. A bit low on health, but I'm going to go ahead and risk it. I'm going to put a weave right here. Well, I think I accidentally hit Guan Yu and not the... yep, I hit Guan Yu and not the weave. Oh geez, everybody's pulling back. And defend middle lane is being called. Fine. We can make that happen. I see Guan Yu running away from Artemis here. Can I...
Your middle phoenix is under attack.
Oh no, that's our Artemis, or their Artemis. Never mind. Read the map, read the map. Okay, let's go back. People calling for center, so let's see what we need to do. Yes, towers are down.
Attack, fire giant.
Ooh, good idea. Fire giant attack being called. Let's kind of move in on that.
Attack, fire giant.
Got Ares to help me tank.
Yes. Allies, follow my lead.
Go ahead and put a weave on him so I can do some more damage. And let's go ahead and blow it up. There's some more damage. Now it's not going to stun him. Yeah, let's get out of that. Not going to stun him, but it is going to do the damage that I needed to do. So there we go. There's the fire giant going down, and we all have the buff. Excellent. I'm not going to squander this. I need to... oh, crap. Wow. Okay, let's get out of here. I don't want to lose this buff. And looks like we're getting Quinn's Blade, so we're really going to be anti-tank here because we'll be doing physical damage based on the target's maximum health. So she definitely seems anti-tanky, assassin-y kind of. Ooh, level 19 Artemis. I'm not going to be able to do too much against that. Let's help Xbalanque here. With 3 of us, we should be okay, even though we're a bit under-leveled. Xbalanque is of level, so he can give Artemis a merry chase in a fight here. Just kind of following. This is helping me get some experience, too, which is nice. I'll be 15 before I know it. I could try and stun her, but it's only about a second and a half. Not even, because it's not maximum level, so it wouldn't be enough to help us take her out. Oh, no, middle lane. I'm not going to be able to help Xbalanque with her. Alright. I need to go back and help. I don't see any enemies low enough to really hit with the arrow. But what I can do is try and put a trap in behind them here. Oh wow, they took out the Phoenix and they're all pretty much on full health. Alright, let's get behind them and stun them all. There we go. Guan Yu tried to use his ultimate there. Using the weave to do a little bit of damage. Alright, let's pull away. The wall went up, but I was able to just vault right over it. Alright, they are chasing. I'm going to go ahead and get away. Take them to the Phoenix. I can't do too much here. Guan Yu is hurting, but I don't think it's enough. Ares pulling out his ultimate there. Hell going down. Excellent. Looks like Guan Yu about to go down. Guan Yu did go down. Who's hurting? Neith. Oh, the enemy Neith is really low. If someone can give me a line of sight, I can take her out, but I can't see her. Oh, no. That could have worked out. Darn it. Yeah, look at the range on this thing. Hold on. That's a huge range. Using a trap like that could really help this ultimate. I really want to try and get that to work. Alright, root them all, kinda. There we go. Get a little health back. There we go. I think it's kinda cool that her bow is her weave. Alright, which way am I gonna go? Because Shibalanke's in the right. I'll go help Shibalanke. They want us to kinda redivide the 2-1-2. Understandable. Alright. AoE damage. Let's go ahead and get some attack buff here. There we go. Oh, Emir trying to freeze me here. We are of the same level, so I am able to do some damage to him. He's trying to get away, it looks like. That's fine. He's a tank. I'm not too worried about him. I don't have the maximum level of Quinn's blades yet, so I can't really do anything with that.
Be careful, right.
Let's help Shibalanke with the right. I am still kind of behind if we look at my teammates. 16s and 17s, I am definitely behind. Oh! Can I stop Hell? No, I cannot. But that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and pull back. I've got a broken weave, but they pulled back, so I'm not able to pull off the trap. I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep trying. Eventually, I'll get it. Alright, calling for careful right. Yep, 3 enemies. Ooh, I was able to get away before the silence hit of Guan Yu's ultimate. Do I have my weave not in a close enough area? I need to retreat, and there's the, yeah. Not much I can do about that, there's just too many of them. I wanted to help, but none of them are weak enough for me to really help. Hell doesn't appear weak enough for me to be able to take her out. Alright. Emir trying to block me in, but once again, flipping over his wall. So he's not able to really do that. That's okay. Let's keep pulling back. We'll get them under the Phoenix.
An ally has been slain.
I'm alone. This is bad. What happens when you get a newbie by himself playing a character that's completely brand new? And that newbie has also never played that character? Yeah, this is going to be bad. Alright, hold on. I want to get back very quickly in order to get the Quinn's Blades. That will help me. There we go. So Quinn's Blades level 3. That will help me do damage to the tanks. Like Emir here, I can at least try and do some damage to him because he's got more health than the others. Unfortunately, wow, was not expecting that to happen. Thought with the Phoenix there I might be able to do okay, and nope, stun, and then pretty much just taken out. Oh well, that didn't feel too bad, honestly. Obviously, yeah, like the gentleman said there, not very organized. I tried to do what I could to help out. Obviously, I spent a bit too much time in the jungle because I was trying to go for that kill, or at least go for a shot to show off how World Weaver works. So there is that. So keep that in mind when you're looking at Neith here. She's very much a support character, but she can do a lot of damage if you use her right. As you saw, the area of effect on the World Weaver combined with her broken weaves was really big, and I just really wasn't able to utilize that properly. So if you are the kind of player that can do that, that can utilize traps and put them effectively, then you could really make Neith work for you. She's exceptionally effective. She's able, the ability to have wards, to have stuns, to have massive damage, to hit through walls. It's all there. It's an excellent kit. The thing is, it's balanced out by some limitations, obviously. She can only have one of the wards up at a time, unless it's done by an enemy god. Her ultimate, while going through walls, needs to have a line of sight by someone on her team. You know, so there's definitely balance there. I think she's a really good character, honestly. Looking at some of the things that she has and she can do, I just think I don't play her very well. So please keep that in mind. Take whatever you see here in this playthrough. Again, me being new to the game, me being new to Neith, Neith just coming out today. Keep all that in mind. Massive truckloads of salt need to be taken with this one. But I wanted to make sure I showed the abilities and show her weaknesses and strengths, because Neith is very expensive right now. Now, with any god, she only costs 200 gems. Alright, any god you want to buy is only 200 gems, that's fine. But Neith is new, so if you want to buy her with favor, if you don't want to pay with real money, you're going to have to spend 11,000 favor. That is twice as much as any god available right now. Now, the same thing happened with Vulcan. When Vulcan first came out, he was 11,000. And his price went down the moment Neith came out. So Neith's price may not go down until another god comes out. I don't know for sure. I don't know if when the next god's going to come out or what kind of production cycle they're looking at for that. So if you are looking for pure power, she may not be the one you're looking for. She's tricky. She definitely requires teamwork, for one. And she requires good skill to use. She's definitely... I don't think her skill ceiling is as high as, say, Ra. I honestly find Ra to be very much a skill character because his abilities are very hard to hit with, in my opinion. So she's not... doesn't have that high of a skill ceiling, but she can be tricky to use for a new player, so keep that in mind. She may look cool, but you may not be able to handle her right away, and she might take a few matches before you can get her down. The default equipment looks okay. Definitely a penetration type build. The final item, I believe, is Deathbringer, so they would start giving her crit. I suppose it works. The abilities that she has for stunning and doing AoE effects could definitely make that work, because it could synergize with say the blades and the penetration, because if you can hit your weave and do a big AoE explosion with the weave and it procs these abilities, then I can see that definitely working out. But I'm not entirely sure it's a build I would care for. I especially am not sure about like Titan's Bane fairly early. I wonder if Executioner would have been better first. Oh well. I'm still learning item builds, so again, that one I'm not sure on, especially since I haven't quite gotten the grasp of Neith yet. But that's her. That's the new god. Released today, February 13th. Hopefully I've given you a good idea of whether you would want to purchase her or not. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm Kagekaze. I'm signing out from SMITE now. I will see you next time.